Morning. How you doing? Just on the morning rounds. It's gorgeous, cold, crispy and lovely. So I had a really busy day yesterday and as per usual some really good conversations, and one of them I thought I'd kind of bring to you and see if it might be helpful. So we were talking about like intuition and following your intuition. Following your intuition. And I think like it's so much deeper and more nuanced than just doing whatever your gut says. And the reason for this is your nervous system. You all know I love a little bit talking about the nervous system because like seeing everything through the lens of your nervous system, I think it's been one of the most like profound and impactful kind of discoveries of my life. When I talk about your nervous system, this is through the lens of polyvagal theory. And this is something that one of my mentors, who is a psychotherapist, first brought to me quite a while ago and explained it to me in really, really simple terms. And then what I started to do was go on a journey of like understanding more and more about how our nervous system like literally impacts everything that we're doing anyway, but then starting to relate that to things that were happening like as I grew my business and apply it in that way. And then I found another amazing coach who also does this and started to learn from the business perspective about how your nervous system is really driving everything. Now, I did go into this in great detail in Be Your Own Coach, and if you're interested in it, I'll put a link here, and I might do a little flash sale on Be Your Own Coach because I'm actually going to retire that program and come at this from a fresh perspective next year with a lot more understanding and application around like business. And I'm actually going to create something specifically for birth workers about how them understanding their nervous system in their business can actually not just help them, but like help their clients, because there's like a connection in birth that hypnobirthing teachers and doulas understand for their clients, but they don't actually apply it to themselves. And when they start to do that, like magic happens in the business. If you are a birth worker, hypnobirthing teacher, pregnancy yoga, doula, and you're interested in nervous system regulation and knowledge for birth workers, then just let me know if you want to be kept informed about that coming out, and I'll add you to a little list. So back to intuition and gut feelings. So the conversation that I had, this person was saying how they'd been in a situation with another person. They'd been sharing some information with them about some pretty serious decisions that they wanted to make, and their gut feeling was run. They were like, all I could feel in my gut was run. And this person is somebody that very much works with their intuition. It's part of what they do in their work with their clients as well. And they were like, right, first reaction is run, so just get out of here. And what I was saying was, just a quick one. The way that your nervous system works, your vagal nerve essentially is connected from like your head right down into your stomach. There's actual physical nerves in your stomach which give you that gut intuition, as she was describing it, feeling of telling you to do something or not do something. But what I was saying was, okay, intuition is really, really important, but I think that knowing what's actually going on in your nervous system gets to inform and deepen your intuition work. Because essentially what was happening in that conversation was she was feeling unsafe. The information that was being shared with her was actually triggering her. we kind of figured out, she already had figured out where that was from. It was a past experience, not of hers, but that she knew about, that was kind of being like activated and reminded in her nervous system that, ooh, this reminds me of another time where I felt unsafe, I was unsafe, or someone I knew became, was unsafe. So what happens when you are activated and triggered into a feeling of dysregulation and feeling unsafe, sun shining on me, is a physical reaction. Now, when you have that physical reaction, oh my God, stomach drops, whatever it might be, because again, like, there are physical nerves in, actual things pinging off in your gut, in your stomach area. Like, what happens is you are immediately sent into fight or flight. Maybe at a very low level, but that is what's going on. Your body's going, what the fuck? This is not safe. How do I survive? Your brain's very dramatic. So, yes, if you wanted to just look at that through the lens of my intuition says run, so this is a bad thing, you can do that. But what I wanted to offer was, you can actually access like clarity in your decision making when you are in this activated state of unsafety, dysregulation and fight or flight essentially. And so if you really want to access your deepest intuition, like your clearest intuition, you need to do that from a state of safety. This gets easier the more flexible and resilient your nervous system becomes, and when basically the wheels don't come flying off and you do run, you can actually like go, right, okay, I can see what's going on here. How do I get myself back to a place of safety where I can like think clearly, make decisions that are not from a like closed and like I need to protect myself from impending doom kind of vibe, and from an open and connected and right, I feel safe to make like clear decisions. The more we notice this, the quicker we can get ourselves back to safety without the wheels going off. The more resilient we become around these things, the easier it gets to like navigate those moments where we feel like we want to run away. Where we're saying our intuition is saying run, when actually that may be true, but it's a bit more complicated than that, because your body is saying run. And then what happens after that is your thoughts come secondary to the bodily feeling of being unsafe, and they are protective thoughts. They are thoughts that are trying to get you out of that situation. They are thoughts that are not trying to be rational, and they're thoughts that actually don't come from a place of like clarity. They're just like survival thoughts. So what I invited my client to do was not to ignore that gut feeling because there's something in it, but to then say to yourself, right, I aren't making any decisions around what I'm doing here in this place because I can't access clarity. I'm just in a state of protection. There's no possibility to connect. And to actually wait until you are back in a safe place, like bodily and in your mind, to be able to access that clarity. To be able to actually access, my nose is running, the deepest intuition, the clearest and the most true intuition of your gut. It's coming from a place of like openness rather than closed, protection. If this sounds like something that you would like to get deeper into, let me know, because I am creating for 2023 a whole training on this where birth workers and doulas can start to connect what they're teaching to their clients to nervous system work and understanding of this theory, and then connecting it to what's going on for them personally in their business. Like bringing it all together in a golden thread. If you think you'd like to do that with me, let me know. If you want to start that process now, that understanding, then you could buy Be Your Own Coach, which is my recorded program from last May that is going to retire soon. And I'm going to put it out there for £39. There's 6 hours there. There's the basis of like polyvagal theory in there, plus a load of stuff about limiting beliefs, plus a load of stuff about calling in future you. But even if you're just interested in the polyvagal theory stuff, this could be a nice little intro for you. 39 quid. Have a look. But otherwise, just try that. Try like noticing that intuition is one part, but actually what's going on in your nervous system is another part, and only moving when you feel that you're safe. Getting yourself back to safety before making decisions will bring the clearest and most deepest like decision making that is actually like coming from your intuition, your real intuition, not your protected intuition, your connected intuition. So there you go. Want to share that with you. All right, my darlings, I'm off for a frosty walk. Catch you in a bit. Lots of love.